what's up guys, Ripley here. It's been about a month now since we've all been able to play on the new desert map, Miramar. Playing this map has been super exciting and I still get stoked when the queue randomly selects it. I'm a big fan of how they designed this map with the terrain, towns, vehicles, weapons, and change of landscape. So obviously when I think about how exciting Miramar can be because it's new, it gets me thinking about more possibilities in the future. We do have confirmation on one new map they're working on for future implementation, so let's talk about it. PUBG is going to be getting an Adriatic map next. This was confirmed by Chang-Han Kim, the CEO of PUBG Corp. In an interview, he said this while talking about weather effects. The retention of players in fog and rain was low and we had to take them out. Of course we won't discard them permanently and will release them once again after a number of studies and tweaks. We also plan to add a snow map in the future. So I've seen this upcoming map referred to as a snow map multiple times in different articles, which makes me think that either the whole map is covered in snow or at least a decently sized portion. The only reason I'm questioning the coverage is because as we can see in the current two maps, the terrain changes somewhat throughout the different areas of the map. For instance, the coastlines in the south of Miramar are more green with different colored rock. Also, it has been stated by the developers that the map will be located on an island in the Adriatic Sea. For those of you not familiar with this area, let's take a look. I myself wasn't sure what the terrain was like around the Adriatic Sea until I did some research. If you look here, this is where the Adriatic Sea is, surrounded by Italy, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania, and Slovenia. Zooming in a little closer, we can see what the terrain is like. Let's take a look at one of these islands since it might be the closest representation. It looks pretty green for the most part. The terrain has lots of hills and trees, but no snow. Of course, this could be just because of the season the picture was taken. If we look at these photos taken in winter, this could easily be all covered with snow. Very cool location for a new map for sure. While doing research, I came across a snow map concept by one of the community members which we can take a look at here. I think he did a pretty decent job. If you notice, he seemed to follow the same format that the other maps have by using popular locations like a military base, prison, school, ruins, and so on. He has the starting island, which I assume is where he put the military base up here at the top. Most of the map is on land, but split in half by a large canal or river. In comparison to the other maps, this one looks a bit smaller, and the towns or points of interest are much closer together. Altogether, it's a fun concept though. Either way, no matter what the map is going to look like, I'm sure the devs will do a great job detailing out and building the new map. So far, the new maps keep improving on the ones before by balancing the terrain and adding new things to keep the game interesting. Which brings me to my next subject. What could they bring to the new map in the way of vehicles, weapons, or points of interest? Starting with vehicles, obviously with snow comes a certain type of vehicle to tackle the weather. Snowmobiles could be an obvious and really fun choice to add to the game. The same goes for ATVs or quads. SUVs and trucks could fit, and maybe even a type of van. Gotta make room for the whole squad. I'm most hopeful for quads or snowmobiles though. I think it could be really fun to see people racing around the map on those. Weapons are a little bit less restricted and open for anything. Even though the map doesn't necessarily designate the weapon types, they did somewhat go with a Western action movie theme by adding the sawed-off shotgun and the Winchester as Miramar exclusives. So I went ahead and did some research anyways on what the Italian and Russian armies are using for weapons because these might be fitting for the location. Out of the lists and my own thoughts, some additions I personally would like to see would be a Beretta ARX assault rifle, H&K MP5 submachine gun, or Dragunov SVD sniper rifle. I think these could fit the setting. As for something a little more unique and game-changing, I think it could be fun to see some sort of an RPG launcher. I don't know if this could fit into the game or could be balanced for fair gameplay, but it's a fun idea to toss around either way. Moving on to places of interest, there are many ideas that could fit the setting. According to Brendan Green, aka Playerunknown, they planned to add a Soviet-era cosmodrome with a ruined shuttle half falling. It would also feature several extremely large buildings full of loot. A cosmodrome is a large space launch facility if you don't already know. They have since had to scale this idea down to make the large buildings more manageable. Apparently the buildings were way too large. but I expect we will still see something from this idea, which is exciting. I personally would like to see a castle or palace of some kind. I think these would fit the theme and location as well as could be something new. Regardless of what they decide on, anything new would be welcome. Well, I think we covered everything regarding the possibilities and facts for the new snow map. I'm definitely looking forward to it, but we'll have to be patient. I wouldn't expect to see anything for this map until maybe the third or fourth quarter of 2018. Devs have their hands full with working on what we currently have in the game, but hopefully they continue to keep adding talented staff so they can roll out more fixes and additions quicker. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you learned something, or at the very least got to thinking about fun ideas for the new map for yourselves. I love theory crafting for things I'm passionate about. Make sure to leave a comment below regarding the video and give me some ideas of things you'd like to see in the new map. I'd love to hear your input. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you all in the next video.